There is a specific kind of silence that exists only for a fraction of a second. It happens when you are reading and your eyes pause on a word, not because you forgot it, but because you are simply there. Or when you are walking down a familiar street and for one breath the noise of the city falls away and you are just present. In that tiny gap there is no past, no future, no worry, just the breath. We spend most of our lives running from that gap, fearing the stillness. But what if that space is not empty? What if it is the only place where we are truly alive? Most of us live in a state of perpetual interruption. Our minds are not our own. They are a crowded room where everyone is shouting. We scroll, we check, we react. The philosopher Alan Watts once described this as living in a tunnel of time, where we are always rushing toward the next moment, never arriving at the present. We treat our thoughts like enemies to be silenced, or tools to be used, but we rarely notice the noise itself. It is a constant static, a white noise that drowns out the subtle signals of our own being. We are busy, yes, but are we aware? Or are we merely reacting to the echoes of yesterday? To understand this noise, we must look inward to the biology of the mind. Neuroscientists have identified a system in the brain called the default mode network, or DMN. When you are not focused on a task, when you are daydreaming, worrying, or recalling memories, this network lights up. It is the seat of the self, the narrator that tells you who you are. But here is the curious part. The DMN is also linked to sadness and anxiety. When we are alone with our thoughts, our brains often drift to the past or the future, replaying regrets or simulating disasters. The noise is not a flaw, it is a feature. It is our brain trying to predict, to survive, to protect. But in the modern world, this ancient mechanism has become a trap. We are haunted by ghosts of our own making. So, how do we find peace in this noise? We do not fight the thoughts. We do not try to stop the river. Instead, we learn to stand on the bank and watch the water flow. This is not a technique of suppression, but of observation. When you notice a thought, you create a space between the thought and your reaction to it. That space is where freedom lives. In that gap, the DMN quiets down. The brain shifts from a state of fragmentation to a state of integration. It is a biological reset. You are not losing your mind, you are regaining your perspective. The noise does not disappear, but it loses its power to define you. Consider the vastness of the night sky. When you look up, you are looking back in time. The light from the stars is ancient, traveling across millions of years to reach your eyes. In that moment, your personal worries seem small, not because they are unimportant, but because they are part of a much larger story. The universe does not rush. The stars do not worry about their position. They simply are, and so can we. When we step back from the noise, we realize that we are not the thoughts. We are the awareness that holds them. We are the sky, not the clouds. This is not a philosophical abstraction. It is a biological reality. Our brains are designed to seek connection, to seek stillness, to seek meaning. And meaning is found not in the accumulation of more, but in the appreciation of what is already here. This understanding is not new. For thousands of years, humans have sought this stillness. In ancient India, the Upanishads spoke of Atman, the true self, hidden beneath the layers of thought. In China, Taoists spoke of Wu Wei, or effortless action, where one moves with the flow of nature rather than against it. In the West, the Stoics practiced prososh, or attention, observing their impressions without being carried away by them. These were not religious doctrines, but practical tools for living. They understood that the mind is like a wild horse. You cannot force it to stop. You can only learn to ride it, to guide it, to find balance in the motion. The search for peace is not a modern invention. It is a human constant. Modern science is finally catching up to these ancient insights. Research on meditation shows that it is not just a spiritual practice, but a neurological one. When we practice mindfulness, we strengthen the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation. We weaken the amygdala, the fear center. This is not magic, it is neuroplasticity. The brain changes based on what we pay attention to. If we pay attention to fear, the brain becomes more fearful. If we pay attention to stillness, the brain becomes more calm. This is the physics of silence. It is not the absence of sound, but the presence of attention. We are the architects of our own neural pathways. Every time we choose to pause, we are building a new road in the mind, a path away from reaction and toward response. Think of a time you felt truly connected to someone. Perhaps it was a conversation where words were unnecessary, a shared look across a room, a moment of grief where silence was more comforting than advice. In those moments, the noise of the world fell away. You were not thinking about what to say next. You were not worried about how you were perceived. You were simply with the other person. That is the space between thoughts. It is the ground of all human connection. We often think we need more words to connect, but it is the silence that binds us. It is in the pause that we hear each other. It is in the stillness that we find ourselves. This is not a rare experience, it is a human birthright. We just have to remember how to access it. Nature teaches us the art of letting go. Watch a leaf fall from a tree. It does not struggle, it does not fight the wind. It simply lets go. It spins, it dances, it falls. And when it hits the ground, it becomes part of the earth, nourishing the roots of the next season. This is the way of things. Everything changes. Nothing stays. Our thoughts are like leaves. They come, they go. If we cling to them, we suffer. If we let them fall, we are free. This is not a call to indifference. It is a call to participation, to live fully in the moment, even when the moment is difficult, even when the leaf is falling. We are the tree, not the leaf. We are the sky, not the cloud. We are the space, not the thought. So, the next time you feel the noise rising, do not fight it. Do not judge it. Just notice it. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Feel the air in your lungs. Feel the space between your thoughts. In that space there is peace. It is not a peace that comes from the absence of problems. It is a peace that comes from the presence of awareness. You do not need to go anywhere to find it. You do not need to do anything to earn it. It is already here. It has always been here. It is the silence between the notes of music. It is the pause between the beats of the heart. It is the space between the thoughts. And in that space you are whole. You are enough. You are here. And that is enough.